Good morning, everybody. Checking in from sunny Los Angeles, California. My name is Arthur Kojo, and we are back for another week of, hopefully, what's going to be an exciting couple of lives slash shows this week. And this morning, we're going to be talking about discipline. And discipline is a concept that will change your life, and in my opinion, is better than motivation. So we'll talk about why discipline is so important. But before we do that, as we always like to do, let's go ahead and introduce ourselves in the comments. Let me know your name, where you're checking in from, and then let's get to it. So we got Ryan Paul checking in from the Philippines. What's going on, my guy? We got Hannah Wise checking in this morning. We got X from YouTube. Okay. Candy Knight. What's going on, Candy? How you doing? Hannah, nice to meet you. Travis, what's going on? Hannah's from Texas. Wendy's from Denver. Let me see. Patty's from Canada. Nathan is from the Philippines as well. Okay. We've been having a lot of people from the Philippines check in. That's super awesome. Verna from Ontario. Morning, Shannon. How you doing? Jeff. Morning, bro. How you doing? We got Brittany from Indiana. Dallas. Good morning. Okay. Carl from Philly. All right, so we have people checking all over from the world. Savannah, Georgia, Keisha. All right, guys, let's talk about why discipline is the one thing that can transform your life. So, one question I get often, not only like here, but a question that I get when I go speak on panels for Facebook or just out and about, people will ask me, what do you do when you don't have any motivation? And for me, when you talk about the motivation side of things, I don't know how you get motivation to stick, right? Sometimes you'll watch a video or you'll see something, or you'll listen to a speech and you'll get fired up and you're like, all right, today's the day I change my life. Today's the day I get all these things that I'm going to clean my room. I'm going to get to work on time. I'm going to do all these different things because you have that motivation. And I'm happy that you feel that emotion when you feel it. But what happens when that motivation is not there, right? Or when it doesn't come? And sometimes it doesn't come, and this is for all of us. And even for me, like I enjoy making videos. I enjoy educating on mental health. I enjoy making the funny stuff. But sometimes the motivation is not there, right? And then that makes us have to rely on the one thing that works when motivation is not there. And that's the discipline, And when I say discipline, I'm talking about good habits. I'm talking about routine. I'm talking about things that you can do every day with success that's going to boost your confidence. And it's all good news when it comes to discipline. Like it's hard, right, to discipline yourself into, let's say you're working on fitness, right? So you're trying to manage your eating habits. So now you're not eating cinnamon rolls and toaster strudels and sorry to Kellogg's or whoever makes that. But all the good stuff that tastes good for us, but it's not good for us, right? You're trying your best to restrain your impulses, and you might be struggling with that, and that's fine. And of course, we talk about mental health in this channel. Maybe there's a eating disorder or disorder eating or something that's impacting your ability to eat. I understand that, right? Now, I think we should handle our mental health issues as they come professionally. But let's just say you're struggling to manage your eating habits, right? A little bit of discipline can go a long way. You don't have to wake up one day and then all of a sudden you're like, all right, I'm done. No more Frosted Flakes, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, ice creams, sugar. You don't have to wake up and be like, all right, I'm done. But if you can cut out one thing, you say, all right, you know what? The cinnamon rolls, I'm going to cut those out, because now I just don't eat them anymore. So I'll eat everything else, but I'll cut this out. And then each week you see that you cut that one thing out. What that's going to do is it's going to boost your self-confidence, and it's going to give you more momentum, to get things done. And as you pick up momentum, right, you're still eating all these different things and you're not where you want to be, but you made a little bit of a change. And with this momentum, as you pick it up and you gain steam, sometimes you'll notice that discipline is going to run you right into motivation. And that's going to give you the energy to just keep going and going and going. But it starts somewhere, right? It starts with a little bit of discipline. And discipline can be very helpful for impulsive decisions as well, right? We've talked about impulsive decisions, and we'll talk about it more. But the funny thing with impulsive decisions is that just a little bit of restraint can change your life, can save your life. So just keep that in mind. A little bit of restraint. Nick, what's going on? Nick said baby steps. Yeah, literally, it's baby steps. Like it's almost like you're reparenting yourself. Like you're talking to yourself like a kid. You're like, all right, you took out the trash, good job. You swept the floor, good job. It sounds kind of weird. And for me, when I'm doing this at home by myself, sometimes I get to the point where I'm like, am I bugging out? Like I'm out here, giving myself credit for, cleaning or making my bed, but literally those small baby steps over time. That's why I think that kids do better than some adults when it comes to managing their mental health, because they have the adults helping out, right? They have the adults make sure that they wake up at a certain time, that you get to school at a certain time. As an adult, you don't have that help. You don't. It's you. If you can't do it, it's not gonna get done. Kayla says, all your videos help me conquer. Kayla, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Nay, what's going on? I miss you. It's been a while since I've done the breakfast show at this time, which is the time that it's supposed to be done. But I'm just not getting my routine back on track, and it feels so good. It feels so good. Nico says, so am I. To me, discipline is developing habits, intentionally making small habit changes. Motivation sometimes is just not breaking that streak. Oh, Nico, I like that. Gotta give Nico a love of the show. I like that right there. I like that. The small habit changes. And I like the fact that you said it's small. Like I don't want y'all to wake up today, right? Thinking that, okay, I haven't been in the gym for a year, but tomorrow or next week, I'm going to run the Boston Marathon. So I'm going to start running 10 miles a day. Like one thing at a time. One thing at a time. Don says, I'm in the same boat. House is a mess and I'm laying in bed. All right, Don. So if this is you, where you feel like your house is a mess and you're laying in bed, as you're watching this live, right? If you keep watching me on live, right? Because we're actually live right now. Your house is not going to get any cleaner, right? But if you decide, all right, my house is a mess today and I'm laying in bed, but I'm just going to lay my bed. Just lay your bed. Like after this live, Don, do this if you can or if you want to. And then on the next live, let me know. Give me an update because I don't forget who you are. But when you get out of bed, right, just lay the bed and do your best to make that bed the cleanest bed ever, right? Like make it so clean as if like, I don't know, like the Queen of England was coming to stay at your house, right? So just clean your bed, make your bed neat, and that's it. And give yourself credit for the day. Whatever you do is bonus, is extra credit. It's just extra credit. But just do that and say, all right, I'm gonna make my bed every morning. And then it's funny, but you may start to take pride in the fact that, all right, yeah, the house is a mess, but at least when I go to the room and I look at the bed, that's like a safe space where everything is neat and I feel good, right? And then you can take that to other parts of your house. Or maybe even you might get off this live and you might start cleaning your whole house because you started with the bed and then the momentum picked up and then turned into motivation. And all of a sudden you had the energy to just take care of what you had to take care of. Love the show. Good morning from Canada. Crystal, what's up? How you doing? Leilani and Kendra, what's up? What's up? Shout out to the moderators. Ryan says, I have a hard time with discipline. I always think, who am I going to disappoint? This asshole looks at myself. I already found by me. And I do the thing I shouldn't be doing. All right, Ryan. So this is a human thing. This is normal, right? To want to get a certain thing done and then you can't get it done. That's normal. That's just what we do as human beings, right? We try to get things done. We don't get everything done, but the things that we do get done are the things that we're celebrated for, right? So whatever you're struggling with, if you struggle with this thing, there's a good chance that there's gonna be days where you get it done and days where you don't get it done. So if you can give yourself credit for, okay, I got this thing done twice out of the week instead of 5 times. All right, it's a little bit of progress. Let's try and do it. Let's keep that 40% average for the next couple of weeks. 2 out of 5 is 40%, right? I think so. But yeah, see if you can keep that up. See if you can keep that up. If you lose progress is all good. Start over. As long as you're moving towards your goal, I think you'll make progress. I'm not sure where you land, but I feel like you'll make progress. And yeah, uh, I think Chrissy's talking to the other person up top. But yes, congratulations to everybody who's taking the step to get a little bit more discipline. The book "Make Your Bed" is wonderful. That's the book that I need to read because I need to make I need to make my bed right now. My bed could be made. Jeff says Hollywood, Florida in the house. Jeff, what's going on? So we got Hollywood, Florida, and then we have Hollywood, California right here. So Jeff is a Hollywood brother as well. And Theresa said, can medication help with this? Can medication help with discipline? Therese, it depends. Um, I don't know about discipline. I think medication can help with impulses depending on what the medication is and what it's used for, right? I'm trying to think of, let's say, uh, it's tough because there's no medication that's like is gonna make you more disciplined. But if you have ADHD and you struggle with focus and you take a medication that helps you get things done in a period of time when you couldn't do that before, then that could help you with routine. If you have a hard time managing your mood, you take a mood stabilizer that allows you to like keep your mood even to get things done. It can help you with routine and discipline. But I don't think any medication I don't think any psychiatric medication like is out there to help make you more disciplined. I think that the meds put us in a good position to utilize all the other resources around us. And I wish somebody would have told me that when I was in school, and I wish I could have told more patients that, like back when I was practicing in Virginia. The meds put you in a good position to utilize the other tools around you. Boom, boom, boom. If you're severely depressed and they put you on Zoloft, it's not going to change your world, right? But hopefully it can get you to be feeling a little bit lighter on your feet. It can get you to feel a little bit better to where you can tap into cognitive behavioral therapy and you can tap into the resources around you. You can allow people to help you out more, and then you start to feel better all of a sudden. So I'm a fan of meds, but I don't think meds in general will like make you more disciplined. Why so much shame around suicide? Shantanique Brown, good question. So it's not on topic, but let me answer real quick. I think people don't understand suicide. I don't understand suicide myself, but the parts of it that I do understand, I understand. So I realize that a lot of people feel a certain way and they don't want to keep feeling that way. And sometimes that might be their way out, right? People are looking for a way out. People are trying to breathe. Their heads are underwater. And I think, you know, like I'm going to be at the University of Alabama next month talking about suicide prevention, and I'm happy to get back to Tuscaloosa. It's been a while, so I'm extremely excited to get back there. But I'm going to be talking about suicide prevention, and it's a job for all of us, right? Suicide prevention is not a job for just me and my colleagues, right, or me and the other content creators. No, it's a job for all of us. All of us can play a role in helping out with suicide. It's preventable. It's a leading cause of death um, in the United States and worldwide. So we have to do what we can do, and that's what we're going to do. Crystal, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. All right. Routine goals, time management with alarms, and writing a daily list to check off works for me. Tina, look, if everybody here could do a version of this every morning, we would get really, really far with our goals. We get really, really far with our goals. All right. How do you keep up with cleaning the house and showering stuff without overwhelming yourself and keeping up with work and social life? Well, it's a good question. But Sam, to be honest, I got some. I'm boiling some eggs right now for breakfast. Let me go turn the stove off, and let me come right back here so that way I don't burn this house down. You know. So in the meantime, I have a challenge for y'all. You all try and answer Sam's question right here. Give Sam some tips, and let me go turn the stove off. I'll be right back. I don't want this house to burn down. Mickey Ficky. Your boy's back. Your boy's back. Your boy's back. We did not burn down the house. All right. So, we were talking about keeping up with the cleaning of the house and showering without overwhelming yourself and keeping up with work and social life. Let me see what tips you all gave Sam Fee. Amazing. I had the same question as Sam. Respect. Let me see. Emily, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ronnie. I appreciate you. Ever since I changed my lifestyle, my mental has been Chris. Like everybody, there's a couple of changes here and there that we can make that can really boost our lifestyle, right? And let me see. Someone said you decide what hey Swayze, let me get back to this question in just a second. You decide what your priorities are. Yeah, all right. So the way I would answer Sam's question is kind of like what Carol's saying here. And for those who are just popping in right now, because I know people popping in, pop out on the live. Sam was asking, how do I get everything done, right? How do I take care of work and social stuff and chores and all this stuff without getting overwhelmed? And Carol is completely right. You have to figure out what's priority. You won't get everything done in a day, but you can get something done. I do this every morning because my list of things to do is so long. I have a lot of stuff to do, but I can't do it all in one day, and I don't want to. I'm only one person. Right? So for Sam, figure out what's important to you right now at this moment, right? Center your life around those couple of things and do your best to address the other parts of your life, right? Sometimes, with work life balance, it's just more so of, are you happy with how much time you're spending with certain things? Just as what it is, right? There's gonna be times in your life where your work life balance is not gonna be like where you would like it to be, right? Because we're taking care of all these different things, and that's fine, But understand that that's a period in your life where, okay, I went back to school. Let's say Sam has kids, and she's like, oh, I got two kids, and I'm a mom and blah blah blah, but I'm going back to school. So now it's gonna be a period of time where, all right, maybe I don't have time on the weekends to go out with her girlfriends and hang out, because now it's time to like lock in and to steady. But after a year and a half or 2 years, whenever she's done with school, now you can be a little bit more social, right? So it depends on what is important to you at that point in time. So Carol, thank you for this. I appreciate that. And Nick, I agree. Your mom was smart. Rome wasn't built in a day. I've had to tell myself that over and over and over. How do you gain confidence? X, good question. You gain confidence from repeated achievement, doing things over and over and over and over again. And the way that you can get to that point is by having the discipline to do a certain key few things every single day. That's why I cannot wait for this app to come out. The GroupThink app that I'm going to put out there. It's designed to help people with ADHD, but it can help anybody. But that app is just going to be me developing a group and saying, "Hey, y'all, all I want y'all to do is to go for a breakfast, go for a walk each morning, and eat a good breakfast, high in protein. Literally, you do those two things every morning, and you've accomplished your objective for the day. And then everybody in the group who has done that, you'll see that as you start to do things over and over with success, it kind of increases your self-esteem and your confidence, and you start doing other things, right? And then as you do other things, you'll fail along the way, but if you keep going, you're going to be a success because you didn't stop, you didn't give up, right? But you have to have the audacity to believe in yourself first, that hey, I can get all these things done, even if it's not consecutively, if it's not like all in a row. We messed up, but we got back on track. I've joined a Muay Thai. I can't pronounce that. Gym that has welcomed me with open arms. They have been nothing but helpful with anything I need to mentally and physically to help change my ways to better myself. So, Chris, congratulations on this. I gotta give you a love of the show for this, and then I'll let you all know why. Chris gets a love of the show for this, and the reason why I like this is because exercise and I know not everybody here, you might not want to go to the gym and lift heavy weights like me, and you don't have to go bench to 25, but exercise in the form of a walk, a brisk walk, How about starting your day off with a brisk walk, right? As if, and the way I describe it, I say you go for a walk and you go as like walk as if somebody's flirting with your crush off in the distance, right? You're like, oh no, somebody's flirting with my crush. I like her. I'm gonna go stop him. So I'm walking as fast as possible. You're damn near running, but you're not. You're just walking really fast, right? To go disturb what's over there. If you can do that for 15, 20 minutes in the mornings, you will lose weight. I mean, depending on what you're eating as well, but it will make you feel better. And for me, going to the gym is one thing that, I'm out here in LA, and like I'm very open with having ADHD and being distracted easily and trying to do all these different things. But going to the gym is one thing that has um you can say it saved my life. Like it's giving me that routine. It's allowed me to know that I am good at something. Like for me, I have to stay in the gym. It's related to my ADHD, but I gotta stay in the gym. So it's not a Muay Thai gym; it's just a regular gym. But I like what Chris is saying here. Diana's saying I have to also give myself permission to not get everything done and carve out room for some. Yeah, Dan, I gotta give Dana a love of the show because this is something that I struggle with as well, and a lot of people who either maybe it's ADHD or maybe you have a tendency to overcommit to things, you could really struggle with not getting things done for yourself because you're making it all the time. I see, Danny, you got a cute baby in your profile picture, so that's what's up. But you're making time for like your kids, your job, your spouse, your parents, all these different things, and then you'll make time for yourself. And then you're like, damn, I just don't feel right. Like literally, you just don't feel right if you don't have time to sit down there by yourself and just think, like just let your mind roam and not have to worry about anything, right? So as you all think about how to get your routine set up, for because this is the first day of the rest of your life, right? As you think of what routine to do and how to get a little bit more disciplined, also try and carve some time out for yourself. This is something that another thing like the gym has been a game changer for me. For me, I'll take a day off. I'll just where's my PlayStation controller? I'll just pick up the PlayStation and just play. I can't do this every day, because I got things to do. But having a day off where it's me and the dog at the dog park, I go try a new restaurant in town. I hop on the sticks and play PlayStation, or I call up some of my friends back at home and I watch old funny YouTube videos. Those are sometimes the best days where you can just kind of decompress and just feel better. All right. The crash. Are you talking about like with stimulant medications, Rachel? Normally when those wear off, if that's what you're talking about, I normally tell my patients to keep like maybe a little bit of Gatorade with them or some yogurt or something to kind of keep their blood sugar levels kind of even so that the crash doesn't affect them as much. If I lived by myself, my house would be perfectly clean. The hard part is little kids and husband that refuses to clean up after themselves. You clean one area and move to the next, turn around, and the first area upside down again. All right. Well, first things first. In this situation, the kids are kids, right? So let's get to kids later. But a husband, this is a grown man. Like you got to clean up after yourself. But at the same time, you know, uh, who knows what's going on? Maybe he's overwhelmed at work. Maybe he's also struggling himself too. Maybe this is where he needs you to, like help him out and he helps you out, right? Teamwork. So if that's what's going on, check in with your husband and kind of figure out like why things aren't getting cleaned. But if he's good and everything is all right and he's not cleaning, I mean at that point, hey, like you gotta clean because we're both adults. So we're trying to take care of this together. But the kids, I always tell people or parents to turn cleaning into like a game for the kids. Be like, all right, the first one who cleans the room, they get the special prize. And I try not to incentivize. I know it's not the best to incentivize kids with food, right? And I'm not a big fan of that practice. Like, oh, whoever cleans up is gonna get all the ice cream, so that way kids know that if I clean, I get ice cream. I don't want to make that association, but making cleaning fun, is a good way to kind of like trick kids into like getting things done. You know what I mean? Um, the code Nick, the GroupThink app is coming soon this month. That'll be free. I actually do have a book coming out in December, but I'll wait for the publicist to give me all the details, and then I'll promote it and stuff. And TV channel, yeah, I'd love a show, on TV, but I'm having fun with this right now on Facebook and social media, and getting to do the show the way I want to do it is super super cool. And speaking of TV, I will be on TV in about 20 minutes. We're going to be on TV on ABC7 here in LA, and we will be talking about burnout, and how to help people with burnout. So that's going to be pretty big. All right, let me get two more questions, and then I got to prepare for the TV thing. Maintaining a job, not being late, no call outs. That's a huge struggle for me. Tips. All right, so Christine, really good question you asked right here. So right here, figure out what's the priority. The priority is not getting fired right here. So what's the worst thing that you can do, or what are the things that lead to you being fired, right? Calling out and being late. So if you want to call out because you're going to be late, a better option is to go to work late, right? We can go to work late and just explain there, because at least the job has you. So we know that if we can go from less call outs to more being late, that's a step in the right direction. And if we can go from being late a little, not as frequently, to showing up on time, and even early on some days, that can help out a lot, right? So Christine, trying to like cut out things that make you late to work, or spend less time on those things, because the job is a priority, right? Because you need your job, you need your work experience, you need the money coming in, and without those things, you're going to be behind the eight ball, right? So um, figuring out what the priority is key. All right, let me get to Artavia right here. Having ADHD, I definitely have a tendency to believe I can do anything but hyper focus. Definitely helped me succeed in my job 9 times out of 10. I'm also top esthetician in my job, and that was the fastest to finish any of the trainings and the first offer services. It definitely gives me an upper hand at times, and it definitely helps. I love what I do. So Artavia, what you have here is what I hope everybody has. Like, loving what they do when it comes to work, right? It allows you to do your work better, it allows you to do your work faster. And especially with ADHD, you need things that are going to help out with your self-esteem and make you feel better about yourself. So I love what you're saying here. And let's go ahead and somebody drop the magic word in there so we can get that water break in. So somebody drop the magic word in, and let me answer Sandra's question. Do you think low vitamin D levels affect our ability can't talk to stay focused and concentrate? Sandra, they could. That's a really good question, by the way. They really could. A lot of things affect your ability to stay focused and concentrate. The first thing that I can think of off the top of my head is like a lack of sleep. And then you have mental health conditions like ADHD or depression. And even depression. Like having low vitamin D levels can look a lot like, you can be tired. Like it can look like depression as well. So this is why it's never a bad idea to talk to your doctor, and be like, hey, like, what are my labs looking like, what's the blood work looking like, hemoglobin, CBC, all that stuff. Like, they know what that means. But it's never a bad idea to check in on your blood levels. All right. Hey, so we have the magic word in here. Hey, cheers, y'all. Cheers. So I only had a little bit of water. I gotta go re-up on some water. But before I get off, let me actually, speaking of TV, let me get that link in for you all. So for those of y'all who are not in Los Angeles, you can watch me talk about burnout on live TV here. If you're in LA, you can just cut on your TV to ABC7 LA, which is your leading source of news in Southern California. But if you're not in LA, let me drop this link in here for you all, where you can, watch live in about Yeah, in about 15, 20 minutes. Sorry. So I gotta go get ready for this TV thing. So I was about to go, but Brett, thank you for saying this. Thank you for saying this. It's game week. I'm excited for my Titans. Like I'm legit. Like even my retainer case. This is it right here. Like this is my retainer case. I'm extremely excited for the game. We got the New York Giants this Sunday. It's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be a good game. I can't wait. But all right, I gotta get off and prepare for ABC7. But if you can make it there, great. If you can't, no worries. We'll be back on the show a little bit later on. But you all take care. Until next time.